Now, many of you may know me from the What's Going Down episode of That's My Mama. So please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for none other than Randy Watson. Yes. Thank y'all so much. I just want to give a shout out to Reverend Brown, who's been my reverend since I was a little boy. And I just want to sing this song to you guys. And Happy New Year to everyone. I'm just going to sing it like this. I believe the children are our future. Thank you. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how it used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, you can't take away my dignity. Because the great ass love of all's inside of me. Yeah. Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate is here. What's good, everybody? Merry New Year! Merry New Year it is. Yes. Hey, I'm glad to be back up in this thing one more time with y'all. It's a new year, 2020. It's going down. I am expecting nothing but big things for not just me, but for all of y'all this year. So I just want to say I'm glad to be here. I wanted to get it in and start my show before the first day of the year had passed. So I did that. Mission accomplished. I had a bunch of things I was doing today. I was moving my daughter's furniture. I had to go to the grocery store. I had to bake cookies. I had to sit on my ass for a while. I had to watch some TV for a while. I just had a bunch of shit to do today. And hey, I got pretty much everything done that I wanted to get done today. So it's a good day. But I definitely wanted to make sure that I went live on today. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I got a good show tonight. I wanted to do something maybe quick, maybe be here for about an hour, and then I'm in and out. And I definitely got some other stuff lined up because I was working about a good, hour and a half? It's 12 o'clock? I was working a good hour and a half before the show, getting stuff ready for other shows. So it's gonna be on and popping tomorrow. I'm off the rest of the week, so we getting it in. We getting it the fuck in. I'm telling you right now. So I'm excited about it. I just want to say salute to everybody. First person in the chat was none other than Sookie One. Sookie One, don't that sound kind of like a sponge or something? When you're cleaning around the kitchen, you need the Sookie One sponge. It cleans and it shines and it gets all of the stuff that you need off of all of your dishes, your countertops, and your cabinets. Purchase the Sookie One. Right now, we have a special where it's 2 for the low price of $14.95. That's right. You purchase 2 of the Sookie One sponges and you get an extra one free of charge. That's what we're doing right now. That's the promotion. I'm sorry. I'm feeling good. I'm sorry. Shout out to my man Sookie One. Jeff Freedom George, what's happening? Skull Hard, what's up? My brother DJ Just JOK, I love you, man. Hey, man, Happy New Year to you. I'm excited for you. You gonna do big things this year with the AFC podcast. It's blowing up. It's blow up waiting. You got 10 million subscribers. And hey, I'm just trying to get to 1 million. That's all I'm trying to do. This year, 2020, I'm telling y'all right now, This is my goal, is for the relationship rehab to hit 10,000 subs. I don't know how the hell we gonna get there. I don't know when it's gonna happen. But I'm telling you, by December 31st of 2020, we gonna be at 10,000 subs. Y'all with me? Hell yeah, I know y'all are. We gonna do this damn thing together. That's what I'm talking about. I'm setting goals right now. 10,000 subs. So that means we only got about 6,000 more to go. So, hey, figure it out. That's what they used to tell us. They used to tell us at Best Buy. Being a supervisor or manager, figure it out, man. Hey, we got to get this, figure it out. I'm like, all right, I'll figure it out. Shit, figure it out. But also over on the United Guns of America, I also want to give a shout out to Jeff Freedom George being the first one in the chat. What's up? I appreciate you guys. So let's get in to what we do on here on tonight. And the question, and I'm going to tell you right now, the question that I'm asking, and I know people are going to see this title and they're going to be upset. People are going to think I'm a chauvinist. I got toxic masculinity. I'm a male chauvinistic pig, all of that. And that's not where this is coming from. It's not a thing the way I'm hating on women. I know that there are some female police officers that can do the job than some male police officers, but that's not what we're talking about. The one exception to the rule does not make it the rule. And the reason why I thought about this is because I, of course, have seen some footage, and it was very disturbing to me. But it also made me look back over just different instances where female officers have been on the job, and they have not only been in situations where they weren't physically able to do the job that needed to be done in that moment, but they made poor decisions as well. And a lot of the stuff, I mean, even when you talk about the Amber Geigers, when you talk about the lady that shot the brother that had his hands up at his car, when you talk about the video I did about the lady who just came on the scene and shot a motherfucker who the police was talking to, it's like it's so many instances of that happening. And yes, plenty of police officers shoot the wrong motherfuckers all the time. That happens. Plenty of situations occur where police should not shoot, and they do. The question that I'm asking, though, is from a place of officer safety. And when it comes to officers being in situations where police officers have to go hands-on, or it's a situation where they may be outnumbered, it's like when you really want to, and I'm talking from a police officer's perspective, who do you really want by your side? And it's like, even when I worked as a police officer, when I was a sheriff's deputy, one of the things I loved about my partner, and shout out to my man Todd, one of the things I loved about Todd is that I knew for nothing else, aside from his heart, aside from, I know that he would put it on the line for me, all of that aside, I knew that he was a capable officer by his decision making, physically, mentally. I knew that he was a capable officer. And that in itself was saying, hey, if I get into a scuffle, I know he got my back. Not that he wants to have my back, but physically he got my back. I know that if for some reason something happened and it came down to a shootout, I know he can shoot, and I know he can shoot well. I know he's gonna know when to shoot. Those type of things. Hell, he was even less of he was more, I guess, more of a person who wouldn't want to shoot. Because like me, y'all know my rule has always been shoot the dog. Anytime, and let me just say that me and my wife were watching TV today, and there's this Alaska PD show that's on, and they put up a hellified stat, and the stat said in Alaska, bears outnumber humans 21-1. I said, what? She said the bears in Alaska outnumber people 21-1. So that means for every person, there's 21 bears for that motherfucker. And for every nigga up there's probably about 81 bears. Because it ain't that many black people in Alaska, I'm just saying. But Just think about that. And it's like, I'm the person where I always say, shoot the animal. If an animal poses a threat to you, you shoot the animal. That's all I'm saying. I don't care if it's a dog, if it's a cat, a bear, a mountain lion, all that. I don't give a damn if we in its habitat or not. If you got a gun and that animal poses a threat, shoot the animal. That's all I got to say. That's just my rule. Because hey, at the end of the day, because I know there are plenty of animal activists that say, well, you're in the animal's habitat and that's his home. God gave man dominion over the earth. So that means anywhere my feet tread, I got dominion. How dare you, lowly animal, you endangered species, white Bengal tiger. How dare you try to tread on my dominion? I'm just saying. That's just it. But just talking about that, I was just saying that one of the things that I know, like Todd didn't want to shoot the dog first. I would say, hey Todd, I ain't fucking with no dogs, man. I'm not getting bit by no country dog that ain't had his shots. And I fuck around and get rabies. Dog out of control, shooting the dog. Just what it is. I'm shooting the dog. If it's a little poodle or something, I can kick the motherfucker. I do that. But if it's like a lot of dogs out in the country, they got real dogs. If it's a shepherd or some shit like that, I'm shooting the shepherd. I'm gonna shoot old Shep. It's gonna get laid down. Old Yeller gonna get laid down. I'm shooting the dog. If it's a Rottweiler and everybody calls it a puppy, but it's 94 pounds and it don't listen, I'm gonna shoot the dog. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop. I ain't gonna want it to suffer. It's gonna be like R, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. But in this situation here, where you're talking about just being capable as an officer, I believe that there is a huge point to be made in this by saying that we need to question the fact of should females be the police. I'm just saying, because time and time again you see things happening. Now, am I gonna say that females don't have a place in the police department? No, I wouldn't say that. But I would say this: if they can't do the job that the men do in that department, then there needs to be a difference in their pay. Just like the guy who worked at UPS, where he worked on a truck, he was packing trucks, and the female couldn't pack trucks as fast and didn't pack trucks as efficient as he could because he was just physically bigger. He was a man, and he could do it better than her. Why are they getting the same, and then why is he expected to help her? And they're getting the same pay. That to me poses a huge problem. When we talk about in this country from a feminist movement perspective of women getting equal pay, I get it. Women wanting to be treated fairly, I get that. But when there is a clear defining moment or point or instance where you can show that a woman cannot do the same job as a man, how can you compensate somebody fairly for that? How can I pay you the same amount that I pay this person and you don't do the same job at the same level that they do it at? Even when you talk about the PT, the physical test, when you talk about the run, when you talk about the weight lift, when you talk about the push-ups, the sit-ups, all that stuff, the sit and reach, all of that, the jump, it's different for women than it is for men. Now, they do have it according to age, but even then, I get it. A person who's 25 and a person who's 45, you can say that there are differences between the two, and it should be different because the type of person that I am at 45, I have a lot more knowledge and life experience than somebody at 25. So that's how I can justify the equal pay. So yeah, you can run this mile in 8 minutes and 30 seconds, and I may be able to run that mile in 10 minutes and 20 seconds, or whatever that time is, but I believe that they're both equal because I have more experience than this guy in life, which is a job, which is a part of being a police officer. Being on any job, life experience It's extremely valuable, especially when you're dealing with people or in the public. You're dealing with sales, you're dealing with customer service, all of those different things. It's extremely valuable. So that's why I can justify the same pay for somebody who may be able to do a physical test better than somebody else who can't. Not to say that you shouldn't have physical criteria that you have to meet. Yes, you should. But I could definitely prove the difference between that. When it comes to females being in law enforcement, I think that there are certain things that they can do, absolutely. And it's gonna sound chauvinist as fuck, but when it comes to doing paperwork, when it comes to filing reports, when it comes to just, desk work, being a desk sergeant, all that kind of stuff, where you have things that are coming and going, knowing the rules and knowing your job, I think that that person can do the same type of job. However, when it comes to being on a tactical unit, when it comes to being on being in riot gear, being out in the public, when it comes to the physical altercations that take place when you have to apprehend somebody, that physicality it plays a huge part in not just being able to do the job, but it plays a part in people living and dying. It plays a part in people being hurt or being safe. It plays a huge part, which is why I think that there should be, hey, when it comes to, right, there you go, Jason, being a detective, I get that. You got to go in, you got to question somebody, you canvass in an area, absolutely. Asking questions, all of that kind of stuff, you can absolutely do that just as well as any other man. When it comes to a situation where you got two people trying to take down a 300-pound dude, and you only 5'5", 145, well, he shouldn't be 145, 5'5", he should be about 125. 5'5", 125, you can't help me. You cannot help me. And so with that being said, I believe that there should be certain things when it comes to saying, hey, you're good at this, you're good at that. If you're doing this particular job, then it's at this particular pay scale. And yes, a man who's in that pay scale is different. Or you do it like this. Everybody takes the same physical test. Everybody takes the same power test. You pass it, you good. You pass it, you good. If I'm 6'2", 220, and I got a bench press 180 pounds, you 5'2", or you 6'2", and you 220, and you can bench press 180 pounds, so be it. So be it. Then you good. If you can, and that's what I would say would be in all fairness, because there are some women that are physically stronger than men, size and everything. There is some little niggas out here. I can definitely say that. So when you talking about saying, hey, a female who can come in and pass that power test without it being adjusted for a female, yes, you can do. And what I'm saying is you can do that job when it comes to being a patrol officer, when it comes to being out in the field. Yes. Of course, because the shooting test and all that stuff is all the same. Driving, all that kind of stuff is all the same. Psyche val and all that stuff is all the same. But the physical part about it, you definitely need to be in a situation to where you can say, hey, this person can do the same exact thing that this man does because she did the physical test. And then you can see clearly that this person is capable to do that job. I remember in my high school, there was an officer, what was her name? Officer Silver. I think Silverman. I think it was Officer Silver. Man, this woman was at least 6 feet tall. And she had to be at least 200 pounds. And was solid. And would literally, when we talking about kids in high school, hey man, she was throwing dudes around. Like it was nothing. So it's like when you look at that, could you have female police officers in a situation like that where they on a high school detail? Yeah, they can pass that physical test and they can be in that situation. Yep, sure can. Sure can. But when you're talking about just the day-to-day, being out in the field, on the trains, in the cars, high-speed chases, running down people, chasing people, fighting and all that kind of stuff, I think that is something that females are not built to do. They're not physically built to do that. And because of that, there should be certain things and certain aspects that they should not be allowed to do and be compensated for. Just that's just how I feel. And it's like one of the, well, not just how I feel, that's just from what I've seen and what I know when it comes to just saying, hey, this woman is out here, she's on a detail, she's by herself, or even two women being partners. I don't think that should happen. Because you never know what can happen to where they're in a situation where they have to respond to a call, whether it's a call that they've gone on or if they see something happening and need to respond. Because women will take that, they will take the road less traveled. They will take the path of least resistance when it comes to dealing with people when they have to go hands on. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. I remember in my neighborhood, there was a police officer. She was a sergeant and she lost her job. Back then, I was maybe in my mid-30s, so she had to, back then, a sergeant was probably making 70, 80,000, something like that. I don't know what they was getting paid, but I'm sure it was sergeants get paid. With all it with the benefits and all that kind of stuff, I'm sure she was making at least $70,000. She lost her job because there was a robbery that took place in a grocery store in Jules, right in my hood, and she didn't do anything. She didn't try to stop him. She didn't try to apprehend him. She wasn't a good witness or she did nothing. And the police came, they got there on site, and they got to talking to her about it. And they're like, well, wait a minute. What is, like, you, Sarge, you didn't do shit. You didn't pull out your gun. You didn't say halt. You didn't say, Sarge lost her job. Lost her job because she didn't want to get involved in that situation. And she could have been scared. She could have been caught off guard, whatever the case may be. But you can't be scared being the police. How many times have people heard me say that? You cannot be scared being the police. Because when you're scared being the police, you make poor decisions and people get hurt and people die when you act that way. When you think like that, when you can't perform those duties. Just like Amber Geiger, she walked into a guy's apartment being in the wrong apartment, and she killed a black man because she was scared. She thought he was in her apartment. Can't be scared being the police. Men and women alike on that one. But when you're just talking about the day-to-day things of being a police officer and going through the highs and lows, the ups and downs of being the police, when you talk about somebody who could, and police officers can be outnumbered in plenty of instances. And it shouldn't always be a thing to where, hey, you get in trouble, you got to automatically level up to your gun. And most women are in that situation. You get to a situation where you get into a physical altercation, just like the woman who I did the video on who shot the guy's mama. She was scared. She went there to question this guy. The guy got into it. He was drunk and was like, I ain't going nowhere with you, bitch. You better not. You don't touch me. Get your fucking hands off me. And as opposed to her being smart enough to think, well, I can't beat this big dude. Let me wait for backup. She gonna try to prove herself and try to take him into custody. He got physical with her and told her, like, look, you don't want to do this. He even told her drunk, you don't want to do this. Basically saying, like, bitch, I can beat your ass. You don't want to do this. And she kept persisting and went hands on with the dude. Wind up pulling her gun and shooting his mama. Just that simple. And it's like that thing, it's like when you're talking about being a female police officer, I get it. You want to do your job. You want to do your job correctly and effectively and all of that. But when it comes to being in a situation where you have to be physical and you have to physically confront somebody, especially if it's a male, 9 times out of 10, you're not physically capable to do it. So why even be in why? And it's just like for us as a department or a society, why would you put your female officers in that situation? Why would you put them in a situation to where they could be in a physical altercation with somebody? That's just my thing. So I got a video of a female being in an altercation with a guy, and this guy is actually beating the shit out of her partner. He's beating her partner's ass, and we're going to see just how effective she is. But, oh, wait, without, I got to do this thing, though, don't I? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hey.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
All right. Now, yes, sir, you are correct. This video is fucking pitiful. Pitiful. Is this Kool-Aid or juice? This is raspberry lemonade, I guess. Yeah, it'll pass for that. Raspberry lemonade, yeah. Y'all know my motto though, right? Don't drink and go live. I can and I know how because I chase with water. Just a quick thing about drinking. Ladies, you should take heed to this. If you go out and you drink, it's a rule that my daddy taught me. And my daddy, because he taught me this, he's kept me from being drunk in a lot of situations. If you go out drinking, ladies and gentlemen, the best way to drink, get a buzz, and not get too drunk to where you just fucked up, to where you lost control of your faculties, you do this. For every one drink you have, you drink a tall glass, not a short glass, a tall glass of water. Very little ice in it. Remember that. Every one drink you have, I don't care if you're drinking a shot or if you're drinking a fucking Long Island, always have a tall glass of water with it. When I used to go into the bars back in the day, one of the first things I would do when I always order my drink, and I order a tall glass of water, light ice. Reason why you do that is because your body will absorb the alcohol, but the water will help you flush the alcohol out your system where you won't be too damn drunk. You will get a buzz, you will get tipsy, you'll be feeling good, all of that shit. Drink whatever you gonna drink. Just remember, one drink, one water. You don't get your next drink until you finish your water. All right? Remember that. Young ladies, young men and women, you want to keep yourself from being passed out somewhere? Always remember, one drink, one tall glass of water, light ice. And before you have your next drink, you must finish that water. It keeps you from drinking a lot of drinks, and it also will keep you in control of your faculties. You will be buzzed, you can laugh and kiki and all that, but you won't be too gone to where you are passed out or, there you go, pissy drunk. Pissy drunk is when you so drunk that you piss on yourself. You won't be that way. Okay? Okay. So let's check this out.
No, get off!
Now, the first one is how it kicks off, and it's not really that good because whoever recorded the shit, they recorded the damn thing wrong. But I just wanted to show you this one so that you can see how it got kicked off. All right? Here we go. Yep.
Let me get an 85. 85 to Livingston and Court. 85 to Livingston and Court.
Now, I don't know what the hell an 85 is, and yes, that is his
Listen,
ass.
off of him. Get off of him. Get off. Get off. Get off. All right, get off. All right, stop. Oh, stop. I need an 85. Oh, yeah. Johnny, let it go. I need another body. I
Look at her.
Come on.
She's literally pleading with the dude that's on top of her partner right now. She's like, Mister, please, come on. What the hell she's doing? She ain't trying to pull him off. She can't pull him off, and she has a baton. And all she can do ain't delivered not one head strike, ain't not whacked this motherfucker, tried to gouge him in the eyes or nothing. She's literally just saying, come on, mister, come on.
Mister. No, get off.
Now, at this point, I'm thinking that they doing some S&M type shit, and she's literally like lightly flogging this motherfucker because her baton strikes are terrible. Look at this.
Get off.
Look.
All right.
Then the dudes show up, and then you see what happens when the men get there. Now, here's the other one. But my thing was this. When you look at what she was able to do, and this dude literally just swung off on the officer. She didn't even know the proper strikes to deliver to this dude. And when somebody dives on your partner, let me tell you something. Your partner gets in a scuffle, your partner gets in a fight, you do whatever the fuck you can to that person. Your mind should be, I'm going to destroy this person that's on my partner. I'm devastating this motherfucker. That's what your mind should shift to automatically. I'm diving on this dude, and I'm not gonna stop until this motherfucker stops moving. I'm palm striking, baton striking. I'm gonna hit him with a foot, a arm, a leg, a head. I'm biting, stab you, choke you. Whatever I gotta do to make you stop, that's what I will do. I wish this spoon was sharp. I'd stab you right now. That's how you gotta be thinking. And all she could do is be like, Mister. I don't know why she's steady. Mister, no, let you go, Mister, let him go. I don't get it. She sound like what's the lady, the Asian lady from what was that, Mad Magazine, the Mad Show or whatever, the Asian lady, Miss Lee or something like that. She like, oh no, big strong man, no, stop it. That's how she sound. No, don't stop, Mister. And if she did have, I don't know if she didn't have a taser. If she did or she didn't have the taser, she should. Why she didn't deploy her taser? Beats the shit out of me. But she literally just like did not help her partner at all. This dude got his ass beat. Plain and simple. Now let's watch this. Hold on. Let's bring that up.
You log into Paychecks.
So if it's there, it's there. That's it.
Log into Paychecks.
And this is the other bit. Now you can see her. Look at what she doing.
So it'll come out.
She ain't put knee on this motherfucker or nothing. She's literally just, it's as if she's patting this motherfucker on the back or rubbing him on the back like Sherman Klump, the grandmama, was rubbing that little baby on the back and she was singing to him while he was eating. She was like, That's what she doing. Yeah, this NYPD. This is NYPD. This is what happened to this dude. And he is literally on top of this dude. And she like calling for it. Hey, Code 85, get the chains off the doors. This big nigga is here. Code 85.
It comes out the first and second weekend that we downloaded it, remember?
Look at that shit.
So it'll come out when?
You gotta wait for you to end first.
What? Yeah, but it must have been.
Look,
It's very simple to
he
figure
on his
out.
on her partner. She and look at that shit.
Figure it out. It comes the same
Mister,
thing every year. You log into Paychecks.
Mister, please, Mister.
I'll get their paychecks.
Mister, that's
Look
not
at
worth
last
it,
year's
mister.
W-2. It will have a date that it came out.
Boom. What happened when the guy
So
show
it
up?
come out around this year.
Yanked his motherfucking
And the
ass.
second, I think it comes to first. It comes in the middle.
Soon as the guy show up, yanked the shit out that dude and got him up off her. And she still ain't even like, let me cuff this motherfucker or nothing. She just standing there on the radio. On the radio. One more again. Mister, please, mister. Oh no, mister, don't. I'm gonna tap you lightly on the bottom in hopes that you let go. Yes, mister. Yeah, don't you do that. No. That's what she doing. No. Like a little baby. When a little baby go next to the stove. No. No. That's all she doing. Dude show up. Get your motherfucking ass off my partner, motherfucker. Get your ass down. Turn over, nickel. Turn your ass over. Turn your ass over, nigga. And my thing is this. And this is the bad part. When I first saw this, the biggest thing, I was like, damn, that's fucked up. But what hit me was, what if, and I'm just going to be that guy to say it, what if that dude had a knife? Imagine that dude with a knife. That guy would have been dead. Real talk. Because when he tackled him and is on top of him, he's up here in his facial area. He got like his forearm on his neck, on his throat. And that dude ain't doing nothing but trying to get him up off of him, which is natural. But just think about that. That dude would be dead if that guy had a knife and his intention was to stab this motherfucker so he can get away. Because he know this bitch ain't gonna do shit. She ain't gonna be able to stop me. This the motherfucker I gotta take out. If I can take him out, I can make a run for it and get away. She ain't gonna chase me down. If she chase me somewhere, I can still beat her ass. But I know that I gotta take this dude out because I know she ain't gonna do shit to me. And if he had a gun, oh man, it ain't that's a no-brainer. No-brainer with that one. But my thing is this. When it comes to what he's doing to her partner, do you really want to shoot and kill a person over that? Some people will say, hell yeah, that's my partner. Is he in a situation where he could die? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. But it's dangerous enough for her to have done that. It's dangerous enough for her to have been like, well, I shot him because this is what happened and this is what he did and that was it. But when you talking about saying, hey, when I'm in a situation to where I'm going down or somebody gonna dive on me or jump on me and it's like I gotta restrain this dude, how you gonna do that when you got a woman that can't help you when shit does go left? How do you do that? When shit goes left, who do you want with you? And be honest, if any man that's watching this, and any female that's watching this, I challenge you with this question. How many women and men police officers, or even people that's in law enforcement, or somebody who even thought about being in law enforcement, how many men and women, if you had a chance to choose if you would get a male or a female as a partner, how many would choose a female? I'll wait. How many would choose a female partner being a police officer? You have to go out and you're going to be working in one of the roughest neighborhoods. You're going to be working in one of the roughest areas in your city that you are the police in. How many of you would select a female to be your partner? That's my point. That is my point. How many and even females, I guarantee you, y'all you could be thinking about how much girl talk y'all could have in a car, but when it comes time for you to take this drunken disorderly or this meth head in, and you gotta take him in because he got warrants or this dude just beat up his wife or whatever the case may be, and you gotta lock him up, y'all not gonna pick no woman to be there, to be your partner. All of y'all are gonna pick a male, a man. Period. Period. It's just the way that the women and men are built. You're not built for that. Now, if you tell me I gotta be in a daycare with 30 kids, I don't want no dude with me. I want a female. She can multitask with her brain. She can do different things. She know how to nurture and all that kind of stuff. Hey, that's what I want with me. I got it, CJ. But that's my thing. It's like, how do you literally compensate for that? There is no way to compensate for that. There is no way to say, oh, well, yeah, you can do this too, and you can do that. Yeah, you can do this, and you can do that. Just like one of the things Tommy always talks about when he talked about the 911 on 9/11, all of the men that died in that building that went in facing death, knowing that they probably wasn't gonna make it back out. All men. It ain't like women wasn't working that day. They don't want that smoke. One of the things he also talks about is skyscrapers. When you got them motherfuckers walking on them beams. I ain't never have yet to see a woman up there walking on them beams. They ain't gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. That the whole mentality of just that physical self-sacrifice. Women don't have that in them. They just don't. Naturally, they are built to survive. You tell the woman, hey, either you suck this dick or take this gunshot, they're gonna suck that dick. There's still some men that might suck that dick. Tank sucking the dick. I can tell you that. I tell you that right now. They say, look, Tank, you either suck this dick or you take this shot. Tank gonna be like, well, I'll at least try it twice. I'll at least do it twice to see. But whatever. I'm being petty. But I'm just saying they're built to survive. A woman will do whatever it takes to survive. That's just how they are naturally bred and born. Men, we will draw a fucking line in the sand and we will get to a point where we be like, motherfucker, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. That's all I'm saying. And it's like when you talking about she said, can I pick where I get shot? Yeah, you can. You still gonna suck that dick. That's all it is. You ain't gonna, girl ain't gonna shoot me in my arm. I just went ahead and just, I got him off real quick. And I didn't swallow though. I spit. But that's it. That's all you gonna do. You ain't taking that lead. Right? She be like, look. They be like, look, you take this bullet or you suck this dick. The first thing that'll come out of the woman's mouth is, don't come in my face or in my hair. Don't you come on me. Now, you can't do that. Now, I might take that shot if you gonna come in my yaki. You come in this Remy, then I might go ahead and take that shot to the leg or something. But I ain't gonna, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Take this dick or take this bullet. They're gonna be like, I take the dick. It's all right. I know I take this one for the team, y'all. Everybody just hold off. Give us about 6-7 minutes. I'll go ahead and take one. But I'm telling you, don't come in my face or in my mouth. unless you really have to. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's just a thing where, hey, man, we are just different in that aspect. And when it comes to being physical, the physical part of being a police officer, it's not necessarily just for your own protection. It's for the protection of your partner. And I truly believe that a female is a liability in that respect when it comes to the physicality of being a police officer. The physical things that the things that it takes to be a police officer as a woman, I think that they are a liability. Even when you're talking about being in a jail system, the prison system is even worse. Being in corrections, when you have to deal with getting somebody in their cell, doing somebody's not coming out of their cell, somebody's fighting somebody else. How often do you see the women diving in like that? They calling for backup. We need some people down here. They fighting. I need help in cell block H. The women of cell block H. I remember that shit. But it's like those are the things that you have to account for. And what if somebody's shanking somebody to death? Now, even if it's a prisoner, you can't step in, and you ain't gonna step in because what? That motherfucker can turn on you real quick if it's a dude, and in some cases if it's a female. That's a female. Even then, it's some big bitches in the prison system that's locked up that will whomp on a female's ass. I personally, to this day, I always say this. I am so glad that I did not get called for a corrections officer position that I applied for once. I'm so glad I didn't. I didn't realize what I was doing because had I, and it was like after the fact, I was like, damn, I ain't get called for this job. That's fucked up. And then once I got, to thinking about it, I'm like, man, I don't really want to do this shit. I'm in this damn, basically in this jail cell, outnumbered, 50-1 or 25-1 or some shit like that. And I ain't doing nothing but counting motherfuckers and babysitting. It's like you in a jail your damn self. And then you sitting in there and some shit kick off. You ain't got no gun. You got a pepper spray or you got to wrestle and tussle with a motherfucker. I don't want to do that shit. Somebody pull out a shank because they mad I didn't get them they juice or some shit like that and they stab my ass. No way. It happens. I'm not trying to wrestle no naked ass nigga that talking about he ain't going out today because he crazy. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. It's too much of a hazard, and that hazard ain't worth the pay. But when you dealing with that situation and you sitting there and booking and you got to tussle with a motherfucker and the closest officer to you is a female and she ain't trying to do shit because she got her hair did this Friday. She done got her hair did and her nails done, and after she get off, she going to a party. She ain't trying to tussle neither. It's just that simple. It's that cut and dry. So it's like I don't think that there should be a case to where lives and just the overall personal safety and the safety of fellow officers are put in jeopardy because of that female aspect. If they want to get the same pay, they want to be in that same position, then they need to be able to pass that physical test and be able to pass the what do they call it? God damn it, the hand-to-hand combat joint. They need to be able to pass that. You need to be able to do all of the same arm bars, palm strikes, all that kind of stuff. You need to be able to execute that. And if you can't do it. Because what that would do, that would put the capable women, because there is a small percentage, but there are a few that could do it. You got some big bitches out here that can get up with your glamour. And if those are the ones that can pass that aspect, they can do the push-ups that a man do, they can do the reach that a man does, they can do the body, the what is that, the upper strength test. If they can do all of that stuff, no problem. Come on board. They can do the hand-to-hand combat moves, they can do all of that stuff, no problem. Great. Love to have you here. Because those women that are physically able to do that, they're going to be more inclined to use their force and to use their physical being to be able to do that. But the women that can't, I'm sorry, but you can't do this particular position. Now, you could be an administrative officer. Yes. You can come in, you can file reports, you can question suspects, you can question citizens, you can do all of that. You got somebody who's calling in asking a question or need to fill out a form or some shit like that, motherfucker coming in to put some money on their books. Absolutely, come on in. You want to find out where somebody's locked up at? You want to go and transport a kid from this house to this station, or pick a kid up from a fire department, take them to the station, whatever the case may be? Absolutely. You want to drive the lieutenant around the city? You want to drive a captain around? Perfect. But actually being out in the field and being in this type of situation, that dude was literally, his life was in that other guy's hands. That's all I'm saying. And I believe that somebody who's getting paid just as much as he is, somebody who's getting the same type of benefits, if not more benefits, if they're not getting the same type of, they're getting privileged treatment and all that kind of stuff that this person isn't getting, but they're getting paid the same, I think that that's just not fair. I think it's just not fair. And I'm not trying to be anti-feminine women or nothing like that. I'm just calling it the way that I see it. I'm calling it the way that it is. There are certain jobs, there are certain things that females, yes, they get maternity leave. There are just certain things that men can do that women can't. And they should be compensated because of that instance. I'm just saying. Because if that man and that woman was their partners, and if that dude told her, well, look, you the female of our team, so you need to do all the paperwork. That's inequality, sexual harassment, whatever you want to call it. Unfair treatment, all of that, right then and there. Well, you do all the driving because you a female. And I got to jump out the car. Right. When females need to be patted down or frisked or something like that, it's like, even in that situation, well, they don't have to do that now, but it's like, even in that situation, that whole thing about, you can't pat me down, you a man. Man, please, bitch, if you did something wrong, everybody ain't trying to fill your ass up. Your body parts should be just the same as me. If we all equal, right? We from the same flesh. We both humans. So, hey, everything that's on you is just the reverse of me. You got stuff that's in, I got stuff that's out. That's just all it is. So there's no difference, right? Shouldn't be. If I pat you down with a man and I do my backhand pat, because that's what most officers do now. When they do a pat of a female, they just use the backside of their hand. So I just go down or whatever and I pat you down. Now, if I need to do a more in-depth search or a cabinet search like that, yeah, you should get a woman to do it. I get it. Because niggas are niggas. Men are men. Same thing with women, though. A woman will pat a dude down and fill up his dick just like a motherfucking man would fill a woman's vagina and all that same thing. I don't get that. It's like, even in some situations in detention centers and shit like that, they got to set up to where women can shower the dudes, can watch the dude, take the dudes to get a shower, but men can't take the girls to do a shower. What's the difference? So you saying like women don't get attracted to men? Come on here now. A man getting to see a woman soap her body up, I think it's a possibility of some fuck shit happening in that situation, just like a woman do. Look at all the situations where you see just as many men fucking you see just as many women fucking inmates as you do men fucking inmates. Same thing. So it's not a thing to where women won't do it. Bullshit. They're probably more inclined to do it even more because the dudes is trying to get it. They trying to get it cracking. They know if I can put this dick on this woman, she gonna get me a phone in here. She gonna sneak me in some pizza or some shit. She gonna cook me a meal and get it to me. She'll bring me an ounce of weed or whatever the case may be. So it's the same thing that happens both ways, but we don't even take the common sense and say, well, damn. If a man can't shower a group of women, a woman shouldn't be able to shower a group of men. Because she's sitting in there watching them soapy niggas and she's sitting there thinking thoughts just like a man would. That's a natural thing. It's something that most people would do. Plain and simple. So it's like it should be both ways. But when it comes to just doing the job day in and day out, there's a safety issue and there's a safety risk to not just the officer, but to the fellow officers on that team and in that place. And those people can get hurt and they can literally not go home because a woman was in a position that a man should have been in. That's all I'm saying. So I just wanted to drop that on you. Like I said, I saw that video and it was like, wow. I just couldn't get over the fact that they actually she was doing that shit. And she just seemed like I always talk about just the lack of training. That was a lack of training, but that was also just a lack of just not being able to she was just not physically capable of doing the job. That woman should not be the police. And if she is going to be the police, she should not be out in the field, or she should not be in a situation where she has to go hands-on, because she clearly cannot do so. Clearly cannot do so. So that was my thing with that. I believe oh wait, nope, I do got some donations. Let me read them off real quick and we're going to get on up out of here. I'm glad I was able to do this quick video. This is all right. Let me see here. My man Jay Grams hit your boy up with $2. He said, much love, B. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother. And also my man Cool G74 for a great show. Keep it up. From Falcon Nation Gang. That's what's up. Thank you. Appreciate that $2 as well. That's what's up. Let me make sure if anything is on the PayPal side of the game. Let's see here. Nope. Now, you know what? I'm looking at this other video that CJ Gunn sent me, and it's like 2 minutes long. I didn't really get to review it, but y'all want me to show it? Let me see here if I can do this and pull it down real quick. Hold on. I think I will, just to hit home one more again. Let's do this. And I mean, this here was just, from just what I saw from it, was just some true outright fuck shit. I don't understand this one at all. But, well, I do understand it. I get it. I get exactly what was going on. Like I said, it's just proving that path of least resistance and not wanting to do the physical part of the job. Yeah, let me go ahead. I'm going to pull it down real quick and I'm going to pull it up. I need to do this. Turn that off. And I could just put it in that box. All right, I got it. So let's hit this up and let's hit that up. And we're going to do this. Yep. Go here. And pretty much what this is, there's a police officer who is struggling getting somebody arrested. And what this person does, instead of helping, well, I'll show you.
Two cops are in a serious struggle with a suspect.
Not me! Record me!
The teen suspect appears to resist as a crowd gathers at a gas station in Houston. And as happens these days, several bystanders are recording the incident with their cell phones. But who's that? She's a security guard, and she sure seems to be ignoring the police officer's plea for assistance.
She was completely oblivious as to what was going on out there.
Joe Gamaldi is president of the Houston Police Officers Union.
As a security guard, you go through training, you wear a uniform, you wear a badge. She should absolutely be ashamed that she didn't even call 911. I mean, at the very least, she could have called for our officers and get them some help out there, and she did nothing.
The security company she works for fired her after seeing the video. Police around the country are asking citizens to get involved when they safely can. Just this week in New York City, the Sergeants Union announced it's offering cash as an incentive.
We will offer a $500 reward for any individual who comes to the aid of any member of law enforcement in the city of New York while making an arrest and someone is resisting that arrest and they help that officer.
The 17-year-old suspect in Houston was finally cuffed and arrested for attempting to disarm a police officer. No thanks to the security guard.
Now look, that guy that you saw helping was just a citizen. And here's my thing about that. If you are out somewhere, first of all, if you're a woman, should you dive in and help? No. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say no, because 9 times out of 10, the physical part of that arrest or subduing somebody, you're not probably equipped to do it. And you could either get hurt, or you could aid in somebody else getting hurt. The part about being or stepping up and helping somebody getting a $500 reward, here's my thing with that. Anytime you getting involved physically with somebody during an arrest or whatever, you have to understand the fact that that you're putting your life on the line. And with that being said, is your life worth $500? I say hell no. I say hell fucking no. I don't recommend you to do that. I don't recommend for a civilian who has not been trained in doing in hand-to-hand physical combat, who doesn't have any type of physical I'm on my way there. Or anybody who doesn't have any type of physical training to subdue somebody, you should not get involved physically. Should you call for the police? Yes, absolutely. That should be your first thing. Instead of filming the shit, you should call the police. Now, here's the other part to that. In calling the police and then turn around and filming it, you should also say, hey, somebody else call the police or stop or help or shout, whatever you got to do to help shout. But I don't think you should get involved. Now, if you're a man and you are a civilian and you see the same exact thing happening, I would recommend that you don't get involved either. You can film it and you can call the police first and then you film it. Why? Because if you're not physically capable, you could hurt yourself or you could hurt that person or get that officer hurt even worse. And then you could also be sued for doing that. You can be sued. You can get a civil lawsuit if you hurt somebody. Now, you do have the authority to make a citizen's arrest and aid and abet an officer. But if that dude or that person or that female gets hurt, you could possibly be liable and get sued for doing it, for assisting in it, and could possibly have to pay for a lawyer and also have to pay some type of restitution for it. So that's why I would say call the police and then you go ahead and be a great witness. But know that getting involved physically, you could definitely be held liable for that. So be very careful. And that's why I don't recommend you to do that, unless there's a life or death situation. Now, if you see a guy stabbing a police officer, if you see a guy choking the shit out of a police officer and that police officer about to pass out or some shit like that, then yes. In this situation here, here's what a lot of officers fuck up at and they don't do. They don't think of retreating or disengaging. Sometimes, and I'm so glad, shout out to my training officer, Marty Mandel, shout out to you, sir. He taught us that. Sometimes you got to disengage. Sometimes you got to push off and say, hold on, this motherfucker's a handful. I can't get him by myself. And that's okay to do that. There's a lot of police officers that think they don't want to lose because they think they're in a fucking wrestling match, or they think they're doing some WWE shit and they don't want to lose the belt. I don't know why they don't do that. Sometimes you got to push off a motherfucker and say, hey, if he take off running, I got to chase him down, or I catch them another day. But if you by yourself, especially, you got to be like, hey, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do that second. And if that don't work, I'm going to do this. And if that don't work, I ain't got them by the end, I'm going to push off of them, call for backup. Before you get involved, let me call for some backup. I know I'm going to have to take this motherfucker to jail. I'm probably going to lock this dude up. Call for backup. And wait for your backup to get there before you go hands on. That's a huge mistake, that a lot of police officers make when they go hands on. They do it too soon and they don't know when to disengage. Sometimes you got to push a motherfucker up off you or get up off a motherfucker and climb away or get away. And if you got to pull your weapon to hold that motherfucker off, so be it. That's what you do. As opposed to saying, no, I'm going to tackle this motherfucker. I'm going to stop resisting. Then when he get on top of your ass, you like, wait, it was not Dukes. Too late now. Because the last thing you want is a man on top of you that feel like he ain't got no other choice but to stop you so he can get away because he don't want to go to jail because this is his third strike. Or this is it for him. He on probation and he know he gonna have to do that 25 if he get caught. Or you go through all of that being a civilian and now you get sued. And that motherfucker might not sue you for no 20 million or no shit, but a motherfucker suing your ass for $10,000, $20,000, that's some shit your ass can pay. Plenty of people have gotten into civil lawsuits and had to take second mortgages out on their homes. Or have to sell their homes to pay that motherfucking restitution. You got my arm broke. You got my ankle twisted. I got back pain. My back ain't right for the rest of my life. My lower back pain keeps me from having to go to work. There are plenty of people that get shot by the police and sue the police department. Some states and some departments where your ass, you can sue the actual person or the actual officer. So you have to keep that in account. I understand people want to be great citizens, but being a civilian, you have to realize that. That's why I tell people, I know people try to always talk against this. That's why I tell motherfuckers all the time, people that carry firearms, you carrying a firearm, you get into a shootout, you better be the only one telling the story. Don't you let that motherfucker that you get into a gunfight with tell their story. Because your ass will get sued. I'm telling you. Be the one telling the story. Don't be the motherfucker. Well, we both got a side of it. I was trying to get away. No, you wasn't. You was in my house. I was trying still and you stopped me. You wouldn't let me go. I told you, please don't shoot. I put my gun down and you shot me in it. You ain't got no video footage of that? Now what? It's your word against theirs. A lot of times you got to realize and take into account the lawyer fees alone. Because ain't no lawyer going to look out for you. Lawyer see your ass got a case, he going to charge your ass just because you a good guy. He going to charge your ass like he'll charge a bad guy. Look, it's going to be $5,000 to get me down just to get paperwork done and whatever other fees I'm going to incur. I believe in what you did, sir, and I'm on your side. But I will only represent you for $5,000 up front. I need $5,000 just to get started. We'll work out the rest later. You win in court, you still got a motherfucking $8,000 motherfucking lawyer bill. Now you got to take out a second mortgage anyway. And even with and that's great to get cameras, absolutely. But even with cameras, you still have to realize what that footage shows and what people will think and what people can say against that footage. Trust and believe. You don't want somebody else telling a different story than what you telling. Take that how you want it. That's all I'm saying. Right. Breaking in your house, stairway to heaven. Here we go. Boom, boom. Climbing the stairway to heaven. Nigga, you know you shouldn't have never crossed my threshold. Now you must go to meet the Lord up in heaven. The door is wide open for you. The door ain't open for me. 'Cause I shot your ass dead. Here you go. That's what you better do. Send that nigga on up or send them niggas up. That's what you better do. You don't want nobody coming back telling, well, what had happened was he had did this and the man did that to me and I tried to. No. You want to be the only motherfucker telling the story. That's what you want to do. That's how you want it to be. I don't want nobody coming back talking about what I had did, what I had did wrong, what I should have done, and what I didn't do. No way. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. That's exactly what you don't want it to be that way, man. So, at the end of the day, oh wait, hold on. This is what you want to happen right here. A motherfucker coming to your house. This is what you want them to do. You want that motherfucker to come in right about right here. This motherfucker come in your house. You want them to hit your ass, and this is what you want to have happen to them. Break in your house, bam! That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. And you want that nigga to get up just like this. That's what you want right there. I want this nigga telling his story to St. Peter, not to Sergeant Peters. Fuck that. No. That's where you want him going. On that Heavenly Express. Here we go. Oh, baby, here we go. Climbing the stairway to heaven. And we're going step by step. Whoa, step by step. That's what you want right there. That nigga at them gates. Getting on that train right there. You don't want shit else happening but that. They say, yeah, where is he? He's on that Heavenly Express. This is where he tell his story at right here. He go up here and he tell his motherfucking story. This is what he do. Like, yep. That's what you want.
Frankie.
Yep.
Struck with flat iron while singing on a backyard fence.
That's it right there.
Yes.
That's what you want. That's what you want to have happen. You want a motherfucker to be like, got hit with 6 shots. Send him ass, huh? Okay, go ahead. Yep, I get it. Happens to the best of us. That's what you want to have happen. You don't want nobody telling the story that you done told a different way. No, sir. Yep. So that's all I got, y'all. It's been great. Happy New Year to everybody. I love each and every one of you niggas. Soto Nation, I am so proud of y'all. I'm so glad to be a part of the Soto Nation. Shout out to my brother DJ Just J. And salute and much respect due. I take my hat off to you, sir. My brother Tommy Sotomayor. I love you, man. Hope you're having a good night as well. Any and everybody else that has clicked the like button, click that donate button. I appreciate it. Let me double check one more again. See, somebody else came back and hit your boy off with the donation. So let me read them too, because I appreciate every single one of them. My man R.A. Williams hit your boy off with $2.50. That's what's up. I appreciate that, man. Thank you guys. Hey, look, I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I brought this topic up because, like I said, for females that are getting into law enforcement or that want to be the police, I get it, and I'm not mad at you for it, but I definitely would like for y'all to consider what part of law enforcement you go into. Females being corrections officers, being field police officers and things like that, I think that that is a potential hazard to not just themselves, but to their fellow officers. I just do. If you can't pass that physical test, I just think that they should be able to pass the physical test like the men. You can do that, the physical test, and you can pass that hand-to-hand combat test. Hey, all power to you. Go forth and be merry. But when it comes to those that can't, you need to be more on the administrative side of things. You need to be more on the less physical side of things in law enforcement, because being in that same position that another man is in, you can literally be a liability to yourself and your fellow officers, and somebody cannot go home because of that. So shout out to everybody. Thank you for supporting the show. I appreciate you guys. Always remember, for my United Guns of America folks, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab and the United Guns of America. And as always, I love y'all and I appreciate everybody that is a part of the show. I will be back tomorrow with another show. Tomorrow, I'm telling y'all right now, I got some good fuckery that we gonna watch and enjoy together. So, y'all get ready for the next time, and for the next time, y'all get ready. I love you guys. Peace and I'm out, y'all. Y'all have a great night, and Merry New Year to everybody.